How are we doing, guys? We are back again with the quiz. It's been a while since I've done one, to be fair, with Sam. We're delighted to be with LUTV Fan Zone once again. We just love putting it together, guys. But guys, you can see the game pin right there, 660-0774. If it is the first time you're watching this, because we are on number 10, so I'm disappointed if it is your first time watching, to be fair, because you've had another 9 to watch. But it doesn't matter. If it is your first time watching, we do this via Kahoot. So for your chance to win, if you do want to win the prize on offer, which is a phone case of your choice from LUTV Fan Zone, as always, you need to go onto Kahoot, either via the website, www.kahoot.it, or the Kahoot app, and type in this game pin to get involved, to be fair, to get involved in this. But you can play at home, even if you don't want to be part of the Kahoot, you can still play at home. Smash the like button on this one, guys. And let's get as many people involved as possible. 18 of you already in. Let's try and get it up to 80. Let's try and get it up to 90. Come on, guys. I love this. 20 of you involved already. We're going to start the quiz about quarter past 9. So we're going to give you about 10 minutes to get joined, guys. Make sure you get joined in this quiz. Forget about the Europa League rubbish and that lot. Get involved in this quiz. Just going to say a quick hello to our new members as well. Joe, welcome to Joe. I'm pretty sure we welcomed Joe on the last video. But just in case, a big welcome to Joe. Welcome to the club anyway, mate. Thank you very much for your support, and to all our new members as well. Hayden Whittle as well. Big hello to Hayden as well. Thanks so much for your support and all you guys' support. But before we start, we're just going to go talk to Sam because he's got an exciting couple of new podcasts set up. Tell us about it, mate, on LUTV Fan Zone. What's the magic book produced this week then? Your magic contact book, the famous magic contact book.
Well, we this week, well, if we haven't said already, there's Jack's missing today. He looks like he's here in the chat. Him and Ella were there somewhere, but unfortunately Jack couldn't make it tonight. He's had a busy couple of days. But podcast-wise, last week we released episode 25 with Mateus Bogus. The first half of it was out last Saturday, and the second half is out this Saturday. The one that's already been released was about him joining Leeds and his first sort of 6 months at the club. So him coming over from Poland, starting in the 23s, how he adapted to Bielsa, and just finishing off with his pre-season tour of Australia, which he loved talking about that, but like how he first started mingling with the first team. And then the second half, which is, like I said, released in a couple of days, is more of like last season, the promotion. And for the first time, it was one of the only times I've ever heard someone talk negatively about Marcelo Bielsa, which for me was like interesting. He was so honest and everything, but some of the stuff he was saying about Bielsa and his running with the first team, you could tell he was a bit annoyed by the way he got played, but it was just interesting to hear that side of not all positive about the promotion. Obviously, he wanted Leeds to do well and he loved the promotion, but he was more aggrieved with the fact how he didn't really get much playing time, even though he wanted to go out on loan, but they wouldn't let him to play. But then he never played. But yeah, you'll have to listen to that on Saturday and make it what you think.
No, definitely will. I mean, it's more interesting when it's something a little bit different in terms of different sides in terms of people's views on Marcelo Bielsa. It's interesting. I mean, because Bogus, for me, when I saw him on that tour in Australia, I was thinking to myself at the time, I'm not going to go too much into it because we're going to have some questions on Mateus Bogus, but I was thinking, wow, you know what? He's going to really push into the first team. It's not a case of he's a promising player. He's going to play like now. He's in the here and now. He looks that good. But it's just kind of never happened for him. I know there's been a couple of mentions in terms of fitness levels not being quite there. Still getting used to Bielsa's ways and that lot. I mean, some of these names, guys, coming into here. Effing Watkins, that's the Chester. Phil 6.5. Oscar is late. Geez, some of these names. Waistcoat fraud. Bit your legs. I mean, some of these names, man. But yeah, guys, keep joining. Another 5 minutes or so, we're going to start the quiz. But come on, guys, let's try and get up to 80 if we can. 70 or 80, that'd be absolutely superb if we can. Southgate out. A bit of criticism for Southgate out is all good. But I've got to be honest. I mean, how did Bogus come across in that? Could you see any way how it could be a little bit awkward to work with at all, or anything of the sort at all, or anything like that?
No,
there's been mentions of that. That's all. The only reason I kind of asked that.
Like you said, his pre-season tour of Australia, it was his first real involvement with the first team, the first times that he'd played in the first team. And like you said, he had a big impact. I thought, like you said, he played really well. And he said on the podcast that he thought that himself as well. He thought he made a good enough impression to make an impact in the championship that year. And he was saying, like, will I feature? He was basically saying, will I feature this season? And Leeds was sort of giving him the nod to say, yeah, you've done well enough. But then as the season panned out, he didn't get any game time. So he thought, hang on a minute, I've played well. I know I've played well. I've been sort of tipped off to say you've done good enough to get in the squad, but yet I'm not getting any minutes. Which he you could tell he was a bit like, if I'm not sure if it's just to the start of the second episode. It's just the start of the second episode. So just this week is when he starts really opening up about his feelings about not playing, which was the first time I've personally ever heard a Leeds player speak negatively about that season and the promotion winning season, which it is a bit selfish, but it's just another side to what goes on at Leeds that you might not hear in the media or whatever.
No, absolutely. That's what I love about the podcast, mate. That's what I love about the podcast. You know, the Dave Hockaday one, the Steve Evans one, you don't get that kind of thing on Sky Sports in terms of the honesty. And that's what, honestly, if you haven't checked it out, guys, just check it out. Just check it out. The one with Dave Hockaday is in particular my favourite, to be fair. I mean, I wasn't so sure when he was saying about the Virgil van Dijk stuff. I'm not so sure about like that was ever as realistic as what he made out. But fair play to him. I love, honestly. I actually prefer the ones with the less popular figures, shall we say? You know, in terms of Dave Hockaday and that lot. And yeah, it was honestly, check it out. I mean, any other ones in the future that you're looking to do?
Yeah, we've got. So, like we said, the bogus one we recorded last week, and we split into two half an hours. We record for an hour, so the first half an hour was last Saturday, the second half an hour this Saturday, and we're just about to record the next episode, who hopefully going to be Eric Backer. That's going to be next week, so that's hopefully going to be the 26th. So it's again speaking about the Champions League and Leeds when they were at the arguably the best of recent era, which should hopefully be another good one.
Very good, very good. No, it sounds excellent to me, mate. It does. I mean, if Scott Wilson's watching this, I'm not sure if he is, but if he is, he'll be absolutely loving that. Eric Backer, I can assure you of that, to be fair. But obviously, look, we'll discuss a little bit about the game before we do start. We're going to start in about 5 minutes or so, guys. Try and get as many people involved as we can. What are your thoughts? Are we going to break that London curse tomorrow? Are we breaking it tomorrow, Sam?
It's realistic. Personally, I think although Fulham they're in the relegation zone just out there now, but their performances are starting to pick up. Definitely, aren't they? They're not. There's worse teams above them in the table, in my opinion. You've got the Newcastles and the Brightons who are above them, but they're playing worse than them, in my opinion. But it's a winnable game, but it's London, like you said, isn't it? So what do you expect?
I mean, that's the last thing to conquer, isn't it? Yeah, we got promoted, we won the league, we've been safe this season. Now let's just win in London. Let's just end this run. End this run in London. Honestly, that'll be the final thing to do, and of course get back to games as well. But be buzzing to be fair. But yeah, look, I mean, any predictions for tomorrow? If I had to push you,
1-0 Leeds.
I was going 1-0. I think a 1-0. I don't see it being an absolute thriller, to be fair. I don't see it being a 4-3 thriller. I do see it being quite a tense one, but I fancy us. I fancy Paddy Bamford or Rafinha. I think Paddy Bamford probably because, got rejected today. It was heartbreaking to see, to be fair. But, guys, keep joining. We will be starting in about 2 or 3 minutes. And yeah, let's have some predictions for tomorrow night. Obviously, we've just done the big match preview with Phil, Rhiannon and Joe and myself. And yeah, we're all thinking win tomorrow. We're all thinking win, to be fair. But it is our final chance tomorrow in London. It's our final chance for another 6 months at least until the start of next season. So we've got to do it. We've got to do it tomorrow. If we're not going to do it tomorrow, we're never going to do it. So that's the way I'm looking at it anyway. But yeah, would you make any changes for tomorrow at all? I mean, we kind of said on the podcast before, the video before, that we don't really see any need. We'd go with the same team as the Chelsea game, to be fair. Would you agree with that, mate?
Yeah, definitely. The only thing is, although Bielsa said Bamford should play, if he's got a knock or whatever, and if he's not able to play, then he'll have to make a few changes. But yeah, I thought Chelsea game we played really well. I thought it's pointless changing a team that's played well. Might as well keep the starting 11.
But a big hello to Stu Mathers there, to be fair. Thanks so much for your support, mate. Thanks so much for your support. 54 years is absolutely unreal. 3-1 Leeds. I love that. I'm loving the positivity in the comments. White Peacock, who's also a member, saying 3-0 Leeds. Sam Hunter 2-0. Leeds 2021 saying 4-0. I'd absolutely love that. And yes, thank you very much to Alison and Marty Adams. Smash the like, guys. Let's get subscriptions in. And look, we're going to have plenty of content next couple of days. We're even doing our first ever phone in tomorrow night. We're going to see how that goes. And we know it's going to go well. We know it's going to be a very interesting one. Love this off game. The guy Ethan, to be fair. 3-1 Leeds. Bamford, Rafinha and Shuey Dallas there. Making the most of our emojis there. Our new emojis in the chat. But yeah, I'm loving all this positivity. I'm seeing nothing but Leeds wins here in the comments, which I love to see. Absolutely love that. Absolutely love all of these predictions coming in. And yeah, let's keep joining, guys. Any more guys want to join in with this quiz? There is obviously a prize available, a phone case from LFC Fan Zone for the winner this week. And hopefully the quiz isn't going to get spams this week. Let's just hope for that. But yeah, some people really want that phone case, mate. They really want that phone case, to be fair. But we will wait and see. I think we'll start now. We'll just hit over the 70 mark. Probably ambitious trying to get higher than that because obviously other games are going on. 73, 74. Okay, it's 75. Oh no, hang on, we've gone back down. Okay, no. Okay, we'll start. We'll start. We will start now, guys. Right, so let's get into the quiz. Can you see my screen now, mate? Can you see the quiz screen?
Yeah.
Okay. Can you see that, mate? Who's at home?
Yep.
Good stuff. So Lee's quiz number 10. Obviously, me and Sam will take it in turns on questions. The quicker you answer, the more points are available. Question number 1. Who was in goal for Liverpool when Tony Yeboah scored that goal in 1995? David James in red, blue Pepe Reina, yellow Jersey Dudek, or green Chris Kirkland? Who was in goal for Liverpool when Tony Yeboah scored that goal? The quicker you answer, guys, the more points are available. The answers are coming flooding in now. I think pretty much everyone's answered now. Quicker you answer.
See the back of their head when he dives in the top corner.
I know, that's the thing. You would have to actually know it. It is David James. Who famously said he should have saved it. He should have saved it, Sam.
Can't save them.
And then Tony Yeboah said, "Why didn't you?" So I love that. I love that, to be fair. But we'll just have a quick look at the leaderboards. So Brad McLean is top. Nate, Batties. Okay. Dan and Oliver makes up the top 5. So quite tight to start with. The quicker you answer, the more points are available. So next question to you, Sam.
Question number 2. Who did Leeds lose to in the 1996 League Cup final? Was it red, Leicester City, blue, Aston Villa, yellow, West Ham, or green, Tottenham? 1996. Thought this quiz was going to be a different one to the one I usually do it by that start. I got the first one. Second one changed straight back to the hard questions again. In my opinion, I don't think I will get this.
You should get this.
Before I was born, this.
It is Aston Villa. 3-0 defeat. So it is Aston Villa, guys. We will go to the leaderboard. Batties. Dan, Oliver, Chapeltown Cafu, and 90 miles an hour makes up our top 5. So, question number 3. Who did Leeds sign Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank from? Red, Atletico Madrid, blue, Chelsea, yellow, Ajax, or green, Boavista? Quicker you answer, the more points are available.
I think I'd get this one. I think
Famous for his brilliant commentary, his very unbiased commentary, Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank towards Leeds. Not?
Yeah. I'm not a fan of his punditry either, to be honest.
No. It's not great. It's not great. He's a better manager than pundit, but it is Boavista. He left to go to Atletico Madrid, and then went on to Chelsea. And don't think he's ever played for Ajax, but it was Boavista who we signed Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank from. Would you have got that, mate?
No. I would have said Chelsea as well. I'd have said Chelsea as well.
He did go to Chelsea towards the end of his career, but let's see what it does to the table. I reckon there might be a bit of a change there. 3 rounds in. Let's have a look. Okay, so Dan goes into the top. Batties is now down to 2nd. Oliver, last most likely, is in 4th. You need to have more faith in yourself. And L Locomotives is in 5th as well. Waistcoat Fraud is up 25 places because he put Patrick Bamford in his squad. That is the reason why, of course. There's a lot of Southgate hate here today, to be fair. And to be fair, you can't really have any arguments with it. Let's go to you now, Sam. Next question.
Question number 4. Who did manager George Graham leave Leeds to manage in 1998? Is it red, Arsenal, blue, Manchester City, yellow, Tottenham, or green, Chelsea? Before my time yet again is my excuse. Still need to be born to answer these questions.
Oh, not a lot of people answered on this one. Let's have a look. It is Tottenham. Who he left Leeds to manage in 1998. Yeah, it is Tottenham after all. So let's look at what that does to the table. Doesn't change it at all. 5 players are on an answer streak of 3. Very well done to you. So, next question. Question number 5. Where did Leeds finish in the 1998-99 Premier League table? Red 2nd, blue 3rd, yellow 4th, or green 5th? I started quite late on. I'm moving into more modern questions. Don't worry. There will be more modern questions. Sam and anyone watching who is a younger watcher or part of the quiz anyway. But yeah, there will be more modern questions in this. It is 4th though. It is 4th where they finished. Would you got this one, Sam?
Yeah, I would have got that one. Yeah,
love that. To be fair, so majority have got this one right. Let's see what that does to the table. Oliver is top, last most likely. He's now into 2nd. Needs to have more faith. Jack Longley is in 3rd. Ellie, Emily, and Meg are in 4th. And Stu Mathers, new member of the channel, is in 5th. Love to see that. Combo Breaker, 10 players have just dropped their answer streak of 4. So, let's go to the next question. Sam, question number 6.
Who was Leeds' top goal scorer in the 1999-2000 season? Was it red, Mark Viduka, blue, Lee Bowyer, yellow, Robbie Keane, or green, Michael Bridges? Should get this one right.
The more points are available.
At least I was born for this one, just. No, I could have a... Would out of the... What number question is this? Number 6. Out of these 6... How many would you personally have got if you weren't to have wrote the questions yourself?
Every single one.
To be honest, I actually believe that. I would believe that.
No, I wouldn't. This one I wouldn't have got, but it was Michael Bridges. Who went on an absolute unreal season. But would you obviously have gone Mark Viduka? Fair enough to you, but it is Michael Bridges. So, I honestly wouldn't have got every single one, by the way. I make this hard. I make this hard deliberately, mate. Can't Got 27 correct answers out of 30 winning it. That's too high. Too high.
You would have done on weakest link if you wouldn't have got kicked out so early.
I know. Just outrageous. Lewis has tried to, console me. A couple of apologies, but it's too late. It's too late, to be fair. Joe was done in as well towards the end. It's part and parcel. I think we all know it should have been a me versus Joe final, but it doesn't happen like that sometimes. Anyway, I'll stop crying now. I'll stop crying. Table. Oliver is still top. Last most likely stays in second. Dan is in third. Struick is back there in fourth. And Steve Morrison joins us in fifth. 4 players have hit an answer streak of 3. So, next question. Question number 7. Who did Leeds defeat in the 2000-2001 Champions League quarter-finals? Red, Deportivo. Blue, AC Milan. Yellow, Valencia. Or green, Sevilla? Would you get this one, Sam?
I will get this one only because of my dad's stories from when he used to go touring around Europe from them glory days. I can only dream of what they'd be like.
I know. I'm just like, honestly, any stories like that, I'm just like, oh, why can't I be like 5 years older?
Yeah, it's frustrating.
One of those things.
Soon again.
It is, of course, Deportivo. La Coruña. 30 people have got this one right, and it was Valencia who we played in the next round and got knocked out in the semi-finals. So the table is now Oliver keeps their place at the top. Last most likely in second, Dan in third, Steve Morrison's up into fourth, and Jack Lonnie is back into the top 5. 3 players on an answer streak of 4. Very well done to you. Next question, Sam.
Question number 8. Who wore the number 2 shirt for Leeds during the 2001-2002 season? Was it red, Gary Kelly, blue, Danny Mills, yellow, Ian Hart, or green, Jonathan Woodgate? Number 2.
Interesting one. It's an interesting one. Let's see what I'm interested what the answers will be here, to be fair.
I would have a guess at one of them. And yeah,
it was a trick question. Gary Kelly's been number 2 for, since like days of like Luke Hayden and that lot. It was always Gary Kelly's shirt for many, many years, and it was still Gary Kelly's shirt then. A bit of a trick question. I thought maybe Danny Mills might trip a few people up, but it hasn't done. 44 of you got this one right. Let's look at the table. Would you got that one, Sam?
Yeah, I would have guessed Gary Kelly, yeah, but I wouldn't have known it 100%.
You got it. Don't back yourself, mate. You got it. The table is now Oliver's still at the top. And then last most likely in second, Jack Lonnie in third, Hughes is fourth, and Ellie, Emily, and Meg is in the top 5. 3 in a row there, because they've got, of course, got the fire sign there as well. So next question. Question number 9. Who managed Leeds at the start of the 2002-2003 season? Red, David O'Leary, blue, Kevin Blackwell, yellow, Terry Venables, or green, Peter Reid?
Starting again at some territory where I actually think I know the answers now. I think actually born by this point and 2 years old, so that lets me have some knowledge. But no.
You know it. You know this one.
Yeah, I know this. Yeah, no, I know this one. Anything pre-2000, just no. Yeah, because that's when Descartes was slagging him off on our podcast.
Yeah, it is Terry Venables, of course. It is Terry Venables, the 2002-2003 season, and got sacked pretty much just over halfway through it. So the table is now. Okay, Oliver's is top by 1,200 points. Pretty decent lead. Answer streak of 9, so they've got 9 out of 9 so far as Oliver. Unreal. Absolutely unreal. Jack Lonnie's in second, pushing up the table. Dan, Ellie, Emily and Meg pushing up as well. Hughes drops down to 5th. So yeah, that is the table now. Very tight from 2nd to 4th, but top has got a decent lead there. Pretty big lead that, isn't it, Sam? 9 out of 9 already. Unreal.
Not bad.
Not bad at all. Okay, so next question. Question number 10, Sam.
How many league games did Rocky Jr. play for Leeds United? Was it red 5, blue 10, yellow 15, or green 20? Unfortunately, I never had the privilege of watching Rocky Jr. play. However, I've heard many good things.
Many good things. Many. Very good player.
Seen the photos of his ripped shirt, but never got to see him in person, unfortunately.
That was his best moment in the Leeds shirt.
He was only wearing half of one.
I know. It is 5. It is 5. I mean, unbelievably, considering all the stick he gets, he did actually only play 5 times for Leeds. But anyway, it is pretty unreal, that. So the table is now Oliver's still top. Jack Longley's still in second. Ellie, Emily and Meg pushing into third place. Hughes pushing into fourth. And Foster, 87, is in fifth. Oscar, this isn't true about this Llorente stuff. It's getting boring now. There's nothing true about this Llorente stuff. I hate Llorente. I do not hate Llorente at all. But fair play to you. 3 correct answers in a row. Absolute fair play. So, I think Oliver's got that question wrong because the time
he did, yeah.
It's a bit tighter. It is a bit tighter now. So that does make it much more interesting now. So question number 11. Question number 11 is, who scored 4 goals in our 6-1 win over QPR in 2004? Red David Healy, blue Rob Hulse, yellow Robbie Blake, or green Brian Dean? Do you know this one?
Again, I'd have to guess.
Okay.
Yeah. I would guess David Healy because he bagged a lot of goals that season, and it's Brian Dean. There we go. Oh, at least majority. Majority went
big Brian Dean. Unreal. But let's go to the table. Okay, so the table is Oliver's still top. Jack Longley in second. Hughes pushes into third. And then the same top 5 in fact, Stewart just joined us in the top 5 as well. Hughes is on an answer streak of 6. Absolute fair play. So we will go to the next question. Sam.
Question number 12. Rob Hulse and which other player scored in a 2006 playoff semi-final win at Preston? Is it red, Fraser Richardson, blue, David Healy, yellow, Eddie Lewis, or green, Robbie Blake?
Do you know it, Sam? That's the question. Do you know it?
No, again, I wouldn't be able to say a definitive answer again. No. I can picture, it was in front of the Leeds fans. I can remember that. Full, packed out, away end. Fraser Richardson.
It was Fraser Richardson, and the majority's actually got this one wrong. So I wonder what it's going to do to the table. Let's have a little look. Fraser Richardson scores an unreal goal in that game. It wasn't. It was from about 5 yards out, and the keeper fumbled it, but it was still an unreal goal at the time. Absolute one of the best aways I've ever done that one. To be fair, absolutely no doubt about it. Right, so let's go to the table. Okay, Oliver's still top. Jack Longley still keeping the lead tight there. Hughes and then Joshua Watts is in the top 4 now, pushed up to the top 4, and up 13 places is someone Gary. Let's just say is the highest climber. Anyway, so let's go to the next question. Question number 13. Who was top scorer for Leeds for 3 consecutive seasons between 2007 and 2010? Red Jermaine Beckford, blue Luciano Becchio, yellow Ross McCormack, or green David Healy? Quick you answer, the more points are available, guys. Do you know this one, Sam?
Yeah, I'd like to think I do. Surely it's... I don't want to give it away, but surely it is the answer we're both thinking.
Well, might be, might not be.
Because one of the seasons he scored over 30 goals, and who's scoring more than that?
It is, of course, Jermaine Beckford. Top scorer for 3 consecutive seasons, and yet regularly hitting 30-ish goals in all competitions this season. So let's see what it does to the table. The table is now Oliver still top. Jack Lonnie. I think Jack Lonnie might have got this one wrong because the gap has built. 1,200 points available. 1,200 points ahead is Oliver. Josh, Ellie, Emily, and Meg make up the top 5, as does Steve Morrison. I'm up 14 places. Jose out is the highest climber. Interesting, unbelievable that Tottenham got knocked out. But there you go. Anyway, so next question. Sam.
Question number 14. What year did Neil Warnock become manager of Leeds United? Was it red, 2011, blue, 2012, yellow, 2013, or green, 2014? What a season that was. Even the kit was horrendous. I remember that.
Oh, I remember the video just to announce the kit in that lot. It was just like, it was just the most. I can't even begin. Can't even begin. It was horrendous. But it was 2012. It was 2012, the same year as the Olympics, and yeah, the Olympics happened, and Neil Warnock became manager of Leeds. What a year! What a year! So, the table. Oliver's still top. Oliver's actually building almost 2,000 points ahead now. Steve Morrison's up into the top 3. Ellie, Emily, and Meg, and Josh make up the top 5. And the Hunt Punts is up 12 places. So, next question. Who did Leeds sell to Norwich for $3 million during the summer of 2012? Red, Luciano Becchio. Blue, Johnny Howson. Yellow, Robert Snodgrass. Or green, Bradley Johnson.
£3 million for any of them is a bargain. And Norwich always seem to buy our players for
there's 4 right there.
Ridiculously low amounts of money as well, which was even more frustrating.
And then totally mismanaged them. Well, in most cases, mismanaged them. Becchio was heartbreaking to see in that team. It is Robert Snodgrass. It was Robert Snodgrass. And that was actually the highest fee that we actually got from Norwich, was $3 million, which is just heartbreaking. The rest were actually lower. They were lower, Sam. That's the unbelievable thing. They were lower than $3 million.
But they gave us Steve Morrison for Becchio, so that's basically $10 million, isn't it? It's got to be at least.
Yeah. $10 million to Norwich. I mean, that actually reduced the value of the transfer when we actually got Steve Morrison the other way, to be fair. They had to pay us more. Anyway, we'll go to the table. Oh, Oliver's got this one wrong, and Steve Morrison's got himself into second. I love that.
No offence caused there, Steve. Sorry, I didn't mean to offend
Last
you.
most likely, he's back into third. Waistcoat, Fraud, and Dan make up the top 5, and Southgate out. He's on the run of 3 in a row. I mean, if England do lose one of these games in the international break, Leeds fans are just going to bring out the banners. I'm bringing out the banner, mate. You know, in terms of if we do, because there's no Paddy Bamford there, no Luke Hayden, no Party. So, next question. Sam.
Question number 16. Which player started every single league match in the 2013-14 season? Is it red, Paddy Kenny, blue, Sam Byram, yellow, Luke Murphy, or green, Ross McCormack?
Do you know this one?
Again, I'd have to guess, but I don't want to give it away. I wouldn't guess. I wouldn't guess Paddy Kenny because Jamie Ashdown played a few games. Is that right? Yeah. It
was actually, during that season, Jack Butland signed. But it was Ross McCormack. It was Ross McCormack who started every single league game of that season. And thank goodness he did, because I think we'd been in bother otherwise, to be fair. So let's look at the table. Oliver's got this one wrong again. Steve Morrison is closing in, to be fair, just under 400 points behind. Last most likely and Waistcoat Fraud and Jack Lonnie make up the top 5, and 3 players are on an answer streak of 4. So, next question. Question number 17. Who is the only player to score for Leeds in the league under Dave Hockaday? Red, Luke Murphy. Blue, Jason Pearce. Yellow, Billy Sharp. Or green, Alex Mowat. Do you know this one, mate?
I know this one. What a horrendous goal it was. First game at Ellen Road.
It was. We'll wait and see. Can anyone get this? Can anyone get this one?
The only goal. Oh, no, sorry, the only player. Was it the only goal? Surely not the only goal under Dave Hockaday's
No, it wasn't the only goal. It was a couple of own goals. But it was Billy Sharp who scored the only. It was the only player to score for Dave Hockaday in the league. The other top scorer was own goals under Dave Hockaday, which is sums it up really. Sums it up in the league. But 1 win in 4 under Dave Hockaday. So let's go to the table. Okay, so it's still very, very tight in that top 2. The quicker you answer, the more points are available, of course. Last most likely, well, the top 5 is the same as before, and 3 players are on a run of 5 correct answers in a row. Very, very impressive. Next question, Sam.
Question number 18. After how many league games was Uwe Rosler sacked as Leeds United manager? Was it red 10, blue 11, yellow 12, green 13? Now remember, I wouldn't be able to put an exact number on it, but I remember at the start of that season, we had a horrendous start. We were near the relegation zone, and then Steve Evans came and sort of salvaged it a bit, but it was a horrendous start.
We drew so many games. We didn't actually lose that many. We just kept drawing. We couldn't actually win. But it was 11. It was 11. He was sacked after a game against Brighton. And yeah, it was in the middle of October, and it was 11 games. And a couple of days later, Steve Evans arrived, and it was 11 games for Uwe Rosler. So let's look at the table. Oh, okay. After a very strong start by Oliver, he's now second, and Steve Morrison's top. Steve Morrison is top. Waistcoat fraud. Well, the top 5 is pretty much the same. Waistcoat fraud makes a way into 3rd place. And up 9 places. I'm not even sure how to pronounce that, to be fair. I apologise. But yeah, anyway, LS is up 9 places. So let's go to the next question. Question number 19. How many times was Gaetano Berardi sent off during the 2017-2018 season? Once, twice, 3 times, or 4 times? Do you know this one, Sam?
All competitions, yeah?
Yes, yeah.
Because I remember the first one, Accrington Stanley, that tackle. He almost...
Wrong season, though. Wrong season.
Really? Oh,
yeah.
Well. The season when Rotherham must have been won then. At least one. Did he get sent off?
It was... Yeah. In fact, I'm trying to remember now, actually. It was how I remembered.
Leon Best.
Sunderland. There was one against Sunderland. There was one against... Oh, God, I can't remember him now. You know what? I remember looking at it and thinking... Yeah, 3. 3 is pretty high. Let's not deny it. 3 is absolutely crazy. Absolutely crazy. One was against Cardiff, I know that much. Cardiff at home. Thomas Christensen's last game. Sunderland. And there's another one.
Bristol City away?
Bristol City, that's the one. Where he decides to headbutt Matty Taylor. And I think he broke his nose. It was, it was Berardi. It was Berardi, wasn't it, at the end of the day? 3 red cards in one season, though, is pretty insane stuff. So let's look at the table. Okay, Steve Morrison, very, very tight at the top there. Very, very tight at the top. And the top 5 stays the same. 6 players on an answer streak of 3. So next question is the last of our Leeds United specific questions until we go into general knowledge rounds and then the podcast specific questions. So the last question of this round. Sam.
Question number 20. Who has been caught offside the most times for Leeds this season? Is it red, Patrick Bamford, blue, Jack Harrison, yellow, Rafinha, or green, Tyler Roberts? If Alioski was playing as a winger, he'd definitely be on that list. But thank God he's in left back.
Undoubtedly. That's the question if Alioski played more minutes this season. Honestly, it wouldn't even be worth asking the question.
Good question, though.
I've never seen a left back be caught offside so many times. But it is Patrick Bamford. It is Patrick Bamford who has been caught offside the most times in total for Leeds this season. Let's look at the table before we go into the next round. So, Steve Morrison's building up a decent lead now, just under 1,000. Robbie G enters the top 5, and Batty's is making a comeback with 3 correct answers in a row. So we'll go into the general knowledge round. Question number 21. Chelsea knocked Atletico Madrid out of the Champions League this week by what score on aggregate? 2-0, 2-1, 3-0, 3-1. Not everyone can get results from Chelsea, that's all I'm saying. It's not for everyone. It's not for everyone.
No.
Quicker you answer, the more points are available, guys.
Thiago Silva going mad in the stands. Did you see them clips?
He was. He was absolutely going mad. It was 3-0. It was 3-0. And the majority's got this one right. So the table is now. Steve Morrison keeps their big lead, to be fair. And Oscar's Llorente is on a 3 in a row as well. So let's go to the next question. Sam.
Question number 22. Who is the top scorer in this season's Champions League? Is it red, Erling Haaland, blue, Robert Lewandowski, yellow, Kylian Mbappe, or green, Neymar?
Do you know this one, mate?
I would like to think so, yes. Yes, hopefully. But I don't want to say.
Let's see.
Right now, when there's 4 left.
It is the Leeds born Erling Haaland with 10 Champions League goals. Next highest is on 6.
It's a monster.
Unreal. Monster. Absolute monster. Let's see what that does to the table. Majority have got this one right. So the table is now. It's pretty much the same as what it was before. 8 players on the streak of 3 answers in a row. Next question. Question number 23. Who is currently top of Serie A in Italy? Red Juventus, blue Napoli, yellow Inter Milan, or green AC Milan? Quick you answer, the more points are available, guys.
The last time I looked at Serie A was a couple of weeks ago. I don't know if it's changed since then.
It might have done. It might have done, to be fair. Depends how many weeks ago it was.
Well,
it does depend.
When I looked, the 2 Milan ties were first and second.
Okay, well, it is Inter Milan. It is Inter Milan, and it's still the Milan teams first and second. But Inter AC were top, but Inter leapfrogged them, and they're cruising now. I think they're 8 or 9 points clear into Milan, so looks like they're going to win it. So next question. In fact, no, we'll go to the table next. Waistcoat is into second place. Oliver has dropped off into the top 3 now. Struick is making a comeback with 3 in a row as well. So, top 5 stays the same. Next question, Sam.
Question number 24. Who is the top scorer in League One this season? Is it red, Kylian Mbappe, blue, Kevin Volland, yellow, Neymar, or green, Andy Delort? I remember when Leeds were getting linked with Delort a few years back.
I know. Went to Wigan.
Was it Troy? Was it Troy he used to play for? One of them.
I think so, yeah. I think so. It's be interesting to see who gets this one. Let's see. It is Kylian Mbappe. The majority have gone with that. So let's see what that does to the table. Okay, Steve Morrison keeping quite a healthy lead there, just under 1,000. Come back there off 3 in a row there as well. I can't say your name, mate. I can't say your name. I don't want the videos to get thingied. So yeah. Anyway, there you go. That's the table. Next question, the last question of this round. Who has made the most assists in the Premier League this season? Red, Kevin De Bruyne. Blue, Sadio Mane. Yellow, Harry Kane. Or green, Jack Grealish? Do you know this one, mate?
I would guess. I would guess De Bruyne, but obviously he's had quite a few games out with injury, so I don't know how much that's affected compared to everyone else. So
It's Harry Kane, but it's close. It is very close. Kevin De Bruyne's only a couple behind. I think on per game or per minute, Kevin De Bruyne is winning it by a mile, as he always does, because he's Kevin De Bruyne. But Harry Kane's actually on the most so far this season. It could change before the end of the season. I would hazard a guess it will be Kevin De Bruyne by the end of the season, but it is Harry Kane at this moment in time. So let's see what it does to the table. Okay, Steve Morrison's on a real run now, on a real run. And yeah, top 5 stays the same. Bamford, England is on a streak of 3 correct answers in a row. Very well done to them. So next round, we're now going into, as always, is podcast-specific questions with the latest guest being Matthias Bogus. So
I'll just clarify, sorry, before we start this bit, Jack wrote these week's questions, and all of these 5 last questions are all based on the episode from last Saturday, specifically as well, all specifically related to the last episode with Bogus. So if you've listened to that, you've got a huge advantage, but if you haven't, then good luck.
Well, it's your own fault. It's your own fault, you know. It's your own fault. I'm sorry, you know. It's your own fault. So, without any further ado, question number 26.
Matthias Bogus signed for Leeds in which transfer window? Was it red January 2018, the summer of 2018, January 2019, or the summer of 2019?
Okay. Do you know this one, Sam?
I do now. After we spoke to him, he said that he wanted, or he should have signed for Leeds the window before, but that his club didn't want to let him go. They said, no, you wait, and then you can go in January. He wanted to. He's supposed to sign at the start of the season, but they delayed it so they didn't get relegated.
Yeah, no, definitely. Well, it is interesting. The majority's got this one wrong because they don't listen to the podcast, and that's disgraceful. This is your own fault, guys. You don't deserve a phone case if you don't listen to the podcast. So we will go to the table. Has that changed anything with the table? Possibly. Okay, so waistcoat. It's going to be interesting now. It's going to be an interesting last couple of rounds. Very tight at the top there. Oliver still very much in title contention. Big gap there between Oliver and last most likely. But interesting, very interesting. Josh is back in the top 5. And something Watkins is up 5 places as well. I can't say what, but Watkins question mark we'll just say is up 5 places. So, question number 27. Matthias Bogus made his senior debut, same year competitive debut for Leeds versus which team? Red Stoke, Blue Aston Villa, Yellow Ipswich, or Green Hull? Senior competitive debut. Competitive is what we need to emphasise there. Competitive debut.
I don't even think he played for Leeds, you know. Yes, he did. He did in the pre-season. In that Australia tour, which we were speaking about earlier, yeah.
He certainly did. Well, it was in the League Cup against Stoke where he made his debut. He did, of course, play in that League Cup game against Hull, but that wasn't his competitive debut. He did start versus Stoke in the Cup the season before that, which we also lost on penalties. But anyway, it is what it is.
In that game as well, he still is the youngest player that Marcelo Bielsa has used in a first team game for Leeds, which I thought was quite interesting.
Really? He wasn't Jack Clark? I thought
he was younger than Clark.
Of course, yeah. No, he would have been.
He's a year younger than Clark, actually.
Blimey.
It just shows how young he is. I'd never think for him to be that young. Now he's 19.
It is crazy. There's people like writing him off already, which is just madness. But it was Stoke City, so we'll see what that does to the table. Okay, well, Steve Morrison's pulled away with a 1,000-point lead now, or almost a 1,000-point lead at the top there. And then Mum is up 10 places as the highest climber. So we'll go to the next question. Sam?
Question number 28. What squad number did Matthias Bogus personally ask for during his time at Rush Chorzów? Was it red, 58, blue, 12, yellow, 10, or green, 7? This was when he was, I think the next question's about his age, so I don't want to give his age away. But when he was very young, even though, like I said, he was still very young, he was just breaking through, and he said, "No, I want this number. I demand this number," even though he was a kid and just breaking into the first team, and he did get it. He got it. To be fair to him.
Oh, it's a trick question. It is well, you had to listen to the podcast, but like if you hadn't watched the podcast, you would think it'd be 58, like it'd be a bizarre number in that lot, but it is 10. It was 10 he demanded.
Yeah, he made sure he specifically said, "I want number 10 to play," and I said, "All right, there you go." To a kid.
Imagine, yeah, it is interesting. It is interesting anyway, but it was 10 that he personally asked for. So we'll see what that does to the table. Okay, it's tight. It's tight again. Waistcoat. A lot of change, to be fair, between Steve Morrison and Waistcoat in the top end of the table. Oliver still in title contention as well. So 2 questions to go. The quicker you answer, the more points are available. Question number 29. How old was Mateusz Bogus when he made his debut for Ruch Chorzów? 15, 16, 17 or 18? When he made his debut for Ruch Chorzów.
And this was in the Polish second division as well. He started in the Polish second division, and then in that season they got relegated to the third division. And Leeds signed him when he was playing in the Polish third division, which I thought was unbelievable scouting. And we asked him, to be fair, was it Orta who specifically saw you in the third division? And he said, no, they saw us play in the under-20 World Cup, he said first. And then once they saw him play for Poland in the under-20s, that they went to watch some Polish third division matches, which must have been quite interesting.
I can imagine the quality was very high.
Yes.
Well, look at that does to the table, and our penultimate round. Oh my word, we've got a change. This is the first time this has happened. We've had a change right towards the end of the quiz, but Waistcoat is into the lead now with 1 round to go. And Nate has the highest climber. 5 places are up, but Waistcoat is into the lead now. Unbelievable change at the Steve and Oliver both got their last one wrong, I believe. So Waistcoat is up into the top spots. So last question now. Last question, no pressure. Quick you answer, the more points are available. Take it away, Sam.
Question number 30. Who assisted Mateusz Bogus's first senior goal against Western Sydney Wanderers? Was it red, Pablo Hernandez, blue, Jack Harrison, yellow, Patrick Bamford, or green, Kemar Roof? This was, he started his first
finish, wasn't it?
Yeah, his first appearance was against Manchester United as a sub. So he'd gone from playing Polish third division to against Manchester United in, I think it was 8 months. And then
in Australia as well, like
exactly.
Like a massive stadium too. Unbelievable.
And then the following game, he played against Western Sydney and scored that worldie of a goal, and assisted by Jack Harrison.
Cross from the left, wasn't it, from Jack Harrison, and a great finish, to be fair. But the majority's actually got this one wrong, so it'd be very interesting what he's done to the table at the end. But what a great finish it was with his left foot, though. Absolutely. And he had a superb kind of pre-season. It just surprisingly didn't really kick on from there. But without any further ado, let's go to the final table. Who has won this week's quiz? Okay, the podium. In third place, Oliver with 23 out of 30. Very good effort from them. In second place is Steve Morrison with 22 out of 30. And the winner this week with 24 correct answers is Waistcoat Fraud. And Colo and Last Something make up the top 5. And yeah, that is this week's quiz. If you are Waistcoat and you are the winner this week, please do screenshot your screen now and message either us or LUTV Fan Zone on social media, either on Twitter, Instagram, etc., etc. Make sure you screenshot it so we know it's you. Message us on Twitter or Instagram, and we will get you sorted with the phone case of your choice from LUTV Fan Zone. And thanks very much to all of you once again for joining us on the quiz. Luckily, there was no spamming this week, so that's a big positive, isn't it, Sam?
Definitely.
Big positive. But yeah, for once, we were left alone in that kind of regard, so that was good to see, to be fair. But thanks so much for joining, guys. Thank you very much, and I guess we will leave it there. But just remind us, Sam, what have you got coming up in the next coming weeks?
So this Saturday we've got the second half of the Bogus podcast, and then a week on Saturday we'll have a new guest. We haven't announced it yet, but we're trying to get Eric Bakker on, who's now a head coach in Norway. He's head of Sognadal, the team is, who Leeds signed him from, head coach there. So hopefully he should be on the next episode, which will be next Saturday. But Bogus, the second half, is next up.
Yeah, okay, it's going to be good. It's going to be good. But plenty of content from ourselves as well. Tomorrow we will be starting our live lineups, so going through what the teams are when they're announced at 7 o'clock. We'll be doing that for about 15 or 20 minutes. Then we're going into the watch along at about 7:45. Then into our live post-match content, probably starting about half an hour after the game finishes. We start with our live post-match, and during the live post-match, after about 20 minutes or so, we will see how it goes. We will start our first ever live phone-in. We'll see how it goes. It should be fun. I think it will be fun. And then we'll do player ratings at some point. Hopefully we'll get it in on the same night as well. If we don't, it will be Friday morning, but we should be able to Saturday morning. We should be able to get that internet on Friday night as well. And yeah, very good fun tonight. Big thanks to Sam. Make sure you check out LUTV Fan Zone on Instagram, Twitter, and on all podcast providers as well. And yeah, just check them out. And we will be back with the quiz. Once again, we will leave it at that, guys. And we will see you tomorrow. Smash the like and subscribe if you haven't done already. And we will leave you with this, guys. See you later.
See you later.
Would you like to join the All Leeds TV Members Club? We're really excited to announce this new feature on All Leeds TV. We've got 3 different tiers: Sergeant Wilco, Bielsa, the Don. You can join any tier you like. The first tier, Sergeant Wilco, will get you loyalty badges. You can be a loyal member of All Leeds TV. For every month, 2 months, 6 months, 12 months, or even 24 months of being a member, you will have a specific badge that shows that you're loyal to the cause. You'll also have emojis available, guys. You've got Bielsa, Bamford, Rafinha, goal, All Leeds TV. More and more to come. If Bamford scores a goal, spam the chat with it. Spam the watch along. We're really excited and we want you to join us on this ride.
Next up, we have the Bielsa level, which is all of our members-only polls, and then we'll give you behind-the-scene photos and status updates. And if you leave us a comment on any of our videos, you'll have priority reply, so we will directly reply to you.
And last but not least, we've got the Don level. What benefits do you get from the Don level? Well, you get all the benefits that you get from the Wilco and Bielsa levels and some additional extras. Virtual video collaborations. Do you ever watch your post-match content and disagree with me, Joe or Tash? Well, this is your chance to put us right in our place and join us on the live player ratings, live post matches, and our phone-in shows also.